Hey, boo! I've been good. How you been? I ain't been over here on this side, in a minute. How you been, sissy? Yes, it's been a minute. I've been over there on Facebook. Came over here this time because they been acting up on me as per usual. Okay, yeah, I'm glad you've been doing good, sis. It's been a minute. I'm glad you're on the live. Hopefully you can stay a little bit, help me with some of these people that's probably gonna come through. Yeah. Yeah. You enjoying your summer? Is it a hot girl summer? Is it a grown woman summer like me? I'm just out having a good time. Just enjoying life. How has your summer been? Let me turn this down. YouTube be tripping with these commercials. Damn. Now they want you to watch this shit. I don't want to watch that. Yes, sis. Got to enjoy life, man. Being serious all the time, it drains the fuck out of me. I be like a kid in a candy store. What? But I'm gonna wait about 2 more minutes and we gonna start. We don't need a full room. People can always come back and hit the replay. Um. Oh, for real? Congratulations! Oh, you're gonna love motherhood. You're gonna love it. It has its perks. It has its, but you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. Is this your first? Oh God, yeah. Bring these babies in. We need these new babies to come in because these other ones, they acting up. The Y2K kids. And what they call them, the new generation of them. Oh my God, they on a whole nother level. We need these other babies to come on in. Cause baby, second and already knowing. Okay. Yes. Oh. Blessings, baby. Blessings. Girl, yes. Something else. Something else. I'm gonna have to do a video about these new breeds one day Because baby, I don't think I know some people might know what type of energy they surfacing from, but I got to start with us first. And then we can rebuttal back to them because baby, they are fuck 2.0. They on a whole nother frequency. Oh, a whole nother frequency. Yes, some of them are low key getting slower, and that's an issue. That is an issue, and that's also like so such like a controlled substance mentally. Like yeah, whew, yeah, playing right into the game, playing right into the games. But peace and blessings to everybody that joins. Also, like, subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Share the video, okay? We trying to get these messages out here. And these millennium babies, such as myself, we need to know who and what the we is, okay? And what type of, what prototype are we, okay? What frequency do we bring? And that's what we're going to dive deep into tonight. We're going to talk about the 80s babies. Now, if you look up the millenniums diaphragm, from when it starts and when it ends, I didn't know, but they were saying it's from 1980 to 1996. One thing I can say is that's just some shit somebody put together, of course, but in their own theology. But 96 babies is nothing like these 80s babies. I could say maybe some the early 90s, because they're in that shift from the 80s, but mid 80s 90s babies are totally different from 80s babies. Okay? Totally different. So when I seen it, I was like, yeah, that's some bullshit. But the information I was gaining on a spiritual level is that 80s, dealing with the 80s particularly, whether it's 1980, 1780, 1880, 1680s, those 80s, that energy is one like no other. It's pretty much the shift. It's pretty much the change. It's a force of energy that is bringing a reckoning, okay? And I'm gonna break all of this down once we get a little bit more into it. But the 80s babies brought something spectacular into creations. Every 80s timeline has brought something spectacular. One thing for sure, the 80s babies are the archetypes of the soul, the original soul, the ultimate soul. So a lot of 80s babies probably got this as a kid, or you're an old soul. If you've been here before, you did some, you were an ancient energy, okay? Which is almost symbolic to these new babies that's coming in these 2020s, okay? That's why we need more of them. We need a lot more. They coming. But they bring so much elevation on the line. But when we came into play, okay, this being, this frequency, okay, not even a being, this frequency, okay, dealing with the eight, dealing with infinite energy, infinity, okay. This energy is the prototype or the archetype of the soul, the original soul. So there's a reason why you feel alone a lot in your journey. There's a reason why you feel like you are the black sheep in your family. Most people who are black sheeps are from the 80s. Okay? Hey, sis. What's going on? Oh, I got to reach out to you because we got to get this booking together. So remind me, put your foot on my neck, okay? About these bookings because we got to get this shit together. Okay? All right, now I was an 81 baby. Um, yeah, make sure, sis, for real, because my mind to think about it, then need to go somewhere else. So just really keep your foot on my neck about getting this shit together. So we can get our shit booked. But I'm an 81 baby, so a lot of 80 babies are black sheeps. They are the black sheep. And that's a reason for that. Okay? All right? And when I mean black sheep, I mean the black sheep. I'm not talking about people from different time zones, different dates, years. If you're strictly an 80, okay, which is the 8, you are the black sheep. And there's a reason for this. We're actually going to bring some enlightenment with this black sheep theory as well. Okay? So the millennium babies are symbolically, they are the soul, okay? And they are associated with a transition in human consciousness. Okay? All right? The millenniums, okay, is symbolically are souls associated with a transition in human consciousness, okay? All right? And even in the 80s, consciousness actually shifted. There was a lot of things that came out in the 80s too, okay? Even in the late 80s, all right? Solely built off of that 80 frequency, that 8, okay? This is like God particle, God frequency energy, okay? Oh, we gonna get deep tonight because this is an energy not to be fucked with on so many levels, okay? All right? 80 babies or millenniums, okay, are bridge builders, okay? You are bridge builders. I'm pretty sure most 80 babies was always up under the elders, okay? Especially when they was a little younger. Most 80s babies hung around elders, adults. That's a reason for that. And it has nothing to do with, statistics with society. But energetically, it's a reckoning that deals with the force of energy that you bring into this experience. Okay? So you are a bridge builder. Okay? You connect old ways of thinking with emerging ways of understanding. Okay? And also 80 babies. You couldn't just tell us nothing. Okay? We were the ones with the question mark. We hold the question mark. Okay? We question everything. All right? But we help connect old ways of thinking with emerging ways of understanding. All right? We've been doing it since the 80s up until now. Most people who are awakened are from this 80s era. Now, we have other people that is surrounding the 80s that are awakened as well, but majority of this source of energy comes from the 80s babies, the millenniums. Okay? Millenniums are cycle breakers. Okay? We are those who seek to heal inherited patterns within families and communities. Okay? And I had to get all this typed up because so I could stay in line. Okay, so if y'all see me reading, yes, I'm reading my notes. But we are cycle breakers, okay? We seek to heal inherited parent patterns within families and communities. Definitely big. 80s babies are definitely big in communities and families. All right? We are the generational, we break generational curses, okay? A lot of 80s babies or millenniums, okay? They are the curse breaker, all right? We are also truth seekers. All right. We are truth seekers, people drawn to question established beliefs and search for deeper meaning. Just like I said, we don't take what people give us. We always take it with a grain of salt. We research. We have really the mind. Okay, we are the mind in its existence. I didn't want to go there yet, but we are the mind in its existence. Okay. But we are truth seekers. We are frequency shifters. For sure we are. Okay? And what's going on today with these new breeds has a lot to do with the frequency we shifted during these times from the 80s on up. All right? A different type of breed. We influence culture through compassion, creativity, and new ideas rather than just we force them. All right? That's just the frequency shifters. We shift everything in this bitch. The millenniums do. And we still do. We still are. Whether people are aware of it or not. All right? It's the reason why you feel so different from other people. This is why. It's the reason why you feel you stand alone. This is why. All right? We are also technology navigators. Millenniums are the technology navigators. And we learn to balance this life, with genuine human connection and intelligence, technology. We learn to balance the two. I was just telling my son the other day, last night to be exact. You kids be on the game from the time you get up to the time you go to bed. When I was a kid, a lot of games came out. Nintendos, Segas, a lot of those games came out. Atari, you know. I played my games, but I still balanced it with going outside. I didn't stay on that shit all day. Okay? These kids today do not know how to balance the two. And I told my son, y'all putting all your energy into technology instead of back into you. And putting it back into you is unplugging from that technology, that device, and going outside. Okay? Technology is an intelligence inside of us. We can't always stay inside. We have to go out. So 80 babies, we adapted to that with balance. We played our games inside. We went outside. Okay? And we projected our energy into in this outside space. Okay? Millenniums are heart-centered leaders. Yeah. Yeah. Let me spark this up. We are heart-centered leaders. Okay, we value authenticity, empathy, and collaboration over rigid orchard, over other cultures. Okay, but we are heart-centered leaders. We do everything out the heart. Most millenniums, if not all, okay, had the most traumatic heartbreaks, struggles, okay? Even with your mentality and identity of self, okay? But we do everything from the heart. And I still see that today, even with people that are millenniums that I know that were born in my era versus people from other backgrounds. You know, people on down early 70s and 60s, they don't really be giving a fuck. Okay? They've in that area of turning the blind eye. Okay? You might find a couple gems out of it that might. But majority of those people from those earlier numbers, 70s and 60s, they look straightforward. Okay? As 80s babies, we wear everything on our freaking heart. All right? And that's because you are the heartbeat. You are the motion, okay, of the millennium soul. This is you, okay? All right? You are infinite flow. And you shape shift more than any other frequency in existence. All right? Millenniums are the awakeners. I don't let my phone and all of that go out. We are the awakeners. We wake up everybody, even if it's not even on a spiritual level. You wake up shit that people don't wake up. Okay? And when I mean you wake up shit that people don't wake up, like you call a spade a spade. Okay? You call out what's wrong is wrong and what's right is right. Hell, you probably one of the kids like me that called out my parents a lot of time. My mom a lot of time. That shit didn't make any sense. All right? You wake shit up. Okay? We encourage others to examine themselves. This is what millennials do. Okay? We encourage others to examine themselves, grow, and become more conscious of their choices. Yes, we do. We do it. That's why a lot of people can't take this 80 energy, okay? Which is the millennium soul. They cannot take it. Because when you see us, you have to face you. You do. It doesn't matter if it's a parent, a sibling, an elder. When they see you, they're facing themselves. You are a mirror. Okay? All right? So we wake shit up. We are the awakeners. You are also symbolic as the phoenix. Mm-hmm. You are also symbolic as the phoenix. Transformation is you. It's millennium. It's the soul. Okay? Transformation through challenge is always through you. Yes, sis. And people do be mad when you show them themselves. I've had some people that was, they wasn't in the 80s, but they was close to the 80s. But yeah, they didn't like people try to stay away from you. Okay, because the energy you give, like I said, you shake shit up. We wake the shit up. Okay? Millenniums are the alchemists. Okay? We turn anything in our experiences into wisdom. We do. Including our pain. All right? All right? We turn painful experiences into wisdom. All our experiences become wisdom. We're the type of breed, we learn that shit one time. You ain't got to tell us again. We understand the flow of energy, okay? And we understand, oh, yeah, we can't do that. We got to, yeah, how we maneuver in this bitch. But any experience, we turn it into a greater force of wisdom, which just becomes a greater version of ourselves. You are the change in your family. So people seek and see things through you. Okay? Girl, I know that all too well. I know it all too well. All right? Also, millenniums. Oh, we are everything in this bitch. But I might go down the line. Okay? Because Spirit was just speaking. And I just was writing. But millennium are the light barrier. Now, not only do you wake shit up, but you shed light on everything. Even if it's your pain, truth, trauma, whatever. You shed light and you also walk in. Okay? Every situation, every space you walk into, you are the light. This is why people flock to the millenniums, the 80 babies. Okay? You are the light bringer. Okay? You also bring insight where there is confusion. Okay? Trust and believe. Now, some people be acting crazy and they 80 babies. We might say they lost, or they not on the level with of understanding that we are on, but all of these things still are aspects of them, and they still bring it in either form or in any way. But yeah, we're light barriers in this bitch. Yeah. We bring understanding. We brought the knowledge up again. Okay? We are recreating the Bible in the words that they say. We are shifting everything in this experience. And we even trying to, I wouldn't say rewrite, but shift what we have shifted in other, on in earlier in our journey into something more greater. And that plays in our chart, not our chart, but in our aspects of what the millennium is, okay? But yeah, we bring everything. We're the gardener, okay? And I love that sis told me and reminded me who I was a couple days ago. We are the gardener, okay? We plant the ideals, we put the seeds out. Hell, we're mainly part of this awakening, this shift that's happening right now. All right? Okay? But planting ideas that may flourish over time. We plant the seeds. All 80s do. Don't matter what year. All 80s plant seeds. Because it's part of the great shift that the 80s bring. Okay? We are the weaver. Okay? We reconnect. Remember. Reevaluate. Damn near like we the spider. We are the weaver of this blueprint. All right? All right? All right. I said we was a seeker. Okay? We are the mirror, like I said. The millenniums are the mirror. They hold the mirror, which is the keys to all lives. And just give me a second. I'm going to give y'all a chakra at the end. But we are the mirror. All right? And every relationship challenge and experience reflects hidden wounds, strengths, and beliefs that are ready to be transformed, whether through you or other people. You're the ultimate healer. You're the guardian. You're the creator. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I wish I had my board out. But even when you draw an 8, I mean, not only is it the infinity symbol, but it is also the shape of a being. Okay? That is the millennium soul. Okay? I said we was millenniums of the healers. The millennium soul is not a generation. Okay? It is a symbol of consciousness in motion, which is what you're symbolic to. All right? It reminds us that awakening is a continuous cycle, and we may revisit each stage many times, gaining deeper wisdom with every turn of the spiral. Even through you, others, okay, are reminded through this awakening of this continuous cycle. Evolution is not about becoming someone else. It is about uncovering the light that has always existed within. You are the light. You are the light. I bet you a lot of y'all are going to see this after tonight. Surround your rooms around people that are not in this frequency. This 80s, this the millennium. Okay? Now, this evolution of consciousness through the millennium age, okay? The stage 1 would be the sleep, okay? Which is consciousness is shaped by survival, conditioning, and inherited beliefs. Most 80s millennium babies, okay? Identity is largely defined by external expectations, fear, and the pursuit of security. We've always questioned, who am I beneath what I have been taught? It's always been a question. Who am I? This is not my family. This is no. I'm not where I'm supposed to be. Okay? The evolution of the millennium, okay, is the fracture. Stage 2, the fracture. Life begins. Okay? Life begins with you. It begins with you. It challenges your familiar patterns, others' familiar patterns, okay? Regardless of what it is. You also dive deep into deep curiosity, which creates cracks in old ways of seeing the world, okay? All right? So you also create cracks in old ways. Like I said, you are the generational, you break generational curses, okay? We already know, and I've talked about the awakening, but that is stage 3. We're dealing with the millennium, okay? You have no choice but to see yourself. You have no choice to awaken in this energy when you're in this space. This energy also feels like home to everybody. All right? Not only does it feel like home to everybody, you are the mother, father, teacher, healer, um, psychologist, okay? Everything in this existence comes to you. All right? All right? For wisdom, for understanding, for clarity, healing, for nurturing. All right? And a lot of times, a lot of us millennials, we go to each other a lot because, see, energy reciprocates energy. But outside of that, most people come to you, okay? Regardless of what it is. You are also, through your evolution, through the evolution of the millennium, which the millennium soul it is, stage 4, when people or anything is connected into your space or attached to your space or into your space, the purification begins. All right, you purify everything. Old identities, limiting beliefs. All right, old identities, limiting beliefs, unhealthy attachments, and unresolved wounds are confronted all through you. All right, you are the courage, okay? And it becomes growth, not only for you, but everyone divinely connected to you, all right? Or come in your path, all right? And we often release what no longer aligns with our values, with this existence, all right? This is what this energy does. It brings in and takes out, okay? All through the 8, the millennium soul, all right? Stage 5, the interrogation. Okay? Knowledge becomes lived wisdom, mind, heart, and action begin working together. All right? You're the interrogation that brings the alignment. Okay? You are the embodiment in stage 6. All right? You are the embodiment. right? The awakened individual no longer seeks to prove their worth. They live with authenticity, compassion, humility, and responsibility. Their presence becomes more influential than their words. You are the influence, right? All right. Your gift is quiet leadership. You don't have to say anything. It's just your energy. It's just what the force you bring. You don't have to prove it to anybody. It's just in you. It's just you. All right. Stage 7 is the living kingdom, which is what the millennium souls, babies, all right, are also symbolic to. Okay. All right. You are the millennium kingdom, which is within. Isn't it? If you just think about it, most people who are bringing people in within themselves into spirituality, into embodiment, into the self journey, majority of those people are the blueprint of the 8 frequency, the 80s, the millenniums. Right? This is a state of consciousness where fear gives way, where fear gives way to love, separation gives way to unity, and wisdom guides action. Okay? We are what the new generation needs to look at and learn from. Hell, they already looking at us and learning from us. Whether it's low vibrational, high vibrational, it's chaos, it's unison of alignment with itself. We're influential. That's what 8 is. And that's why we have to be careful how we lead. Right? You are the creator, the shift bringer, the ultimate soul. All right? To the point everybody else really truly don't even exist. Okay? 8 is just infinite as it gets. Right? The evolution of consciousness is the remembrance of what has always been present beneath fear and illusion. We bring the heat. Every challenge becomes an invitation to awaken. We do it. We gonna challenge you till you wake the fuck up. We challenge society. Right? And it's waking shit up. It's shifting shit up. Right? Every ending becomes a soil for a new beginning. That's the 8. All right? Like I said, the true kingdom is cultivated within this 8. And as consciousness evolves, so does the world. We help create through our thoughts, choices, and actions. We shaped reality. This energy shaped reality. Right? think I'm lying? Research about these 80s. Okay? Start looking at people from the 80s and start realizing, oh shit. Yeah, a lot of the shit, of course, we doing when they doing now. We was already doing it. Okay? But you a different type of breed. Okay? Alright? The millenniums, in a symbolic sense, basically, is like humanity's invitation to become more aware, more compassionate, and more intentional. Okay? You are the being. Part of this ultimate being. It is you. It's always been the 80s. It's always been the 8. All right? When we go looking, we have to go in the 8. That frequency, right? Right? It's numbers. Numbers is the structure to our reality, to this consciousness. Okay? To this matrix. Okay? So with people or beings being born in the 80s, which is the millenniums, okay? You are the spiritual being. Okay? All right? Your energy is the force of the spiritual being, ultimate being. The millenniums don't think like any other age. All right? We're builders. We're seekers. We're the creator. All right? And in every 80s era, this energy gradually evolves. Okay? Most 80s babies, or the millenniums, have experienced a certain journey where you are completely divinely connected. Okay? Your senses are heightened, even from an early age, even now. All right? You are the primordial force that shakes, shifts, and bang every evolution. All right? Now, those who are like a year or two ahead of the 80s, like the 79s and 78s, they are very spectacular as well. Even in, up a couple more, 77, 78, 77, 78, maybe even 76, I can see. But the closer you are to the 80s, you also have, I'm going to put this, a percentage of this frequency. All right, even early 90s. Okay. The millennials are like no other. A lot of things will transpire or has transpired during 80s eras, especially dealing with the frequency rising, dealing with shifts, especially with technology, especially with human evolution. Right? All right. This is your game. This is 80s games. This is the millennium game. Okay? And like I said, it's not just 1980s, 1780s, 1680s. Okay? Even 2080 coming. Okay? Any number that has this 80 at the end, okay, is the alignment of this frequency. And you are a great force of energy to be reckoned with. All right? Right? Because in reality, 9 doesn't even exist. We know 0 don't. But 9 doesn't even exist. 8 is the highest symbolic symbol to this creation. 9 doesn't even exist. It's just it's just an imitation of what 8 is. It doesn't even count. 9 doesn't even count when it comes to this existence, when it comes to this experience. All right? 9 start everything over. That's the 8 energy. There's a reason why it's an infinite symbol. And there's a reason why it's the symbol of force of energy. Okay? That shapes shifts through existence. Our journeys, our lives, our creation. Okay? It is the fluent, influential energy. All right? That keeps going and keeps going. And it evolves every time. See, 80s babies, this is not your first rodeo. Yes, 8 is the number of magic as well. Even in the seagulls, it's very powerful. All right? Magic equals bringing forth creation. Big fats. Can I pin that? Big fats. Yes, I can. Big fats, sis. Big fats. Talking about some big bang. Big bang. We some bangers too. The millennials are some fucking warriors. We some bangers. Okay? And I ain't even trying to be funny. I'm on some real shit. We bring the bang. We bring the boom. All right? We brought the beat. Yeah. All right. Now alchemy is with sis. Definitely got to dive into that alchemy for real, because alchemy, woo. But I'm telling you, any goddamn how you take you through that. Yeah, it's definitely in the energy. 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 This is why we face so many challenges in our lives. The millenniums. We face so many challenges in our lives. Real challenges too. They talk about no made up shit. Real challenges. Okay? It's because we are the transformation. We transform everything in this space, in existence, in this world. The big eight. Okay? For my dorm, I'm thinking Coquette meets Poet Core. What store has all that? It's another symbol that's I keep seeing with the eight. And I want to say it's a goddess. It's a goddess. I can't even get the damn name, but it is a goddess symbol that is also the shape of this eight. And I'm seeing it as well. Okay, real ass challenges, sis. Okay. So real, we was built for anything thrown at us. Okay? The millenniums didn't complain about shit. Whatever was thrown at us, we used it. Like what was said earlier, we use it and we turn it into wisdom. We turn it into power. All right? And the only reason sometimes we might have been caught up in some of our challenges is because we are caught up in these outside forces like family and, the stigma of the society and the whole generational curses. We became blindsided. That's a part of our sleep. The stage of that millennium soul, the consciousness. That's a part of our sleep. You can't get nothing around anybody's from the 80s. I can spot a millennium a mile away. Even just by talking. I know a millennium from a millennium. Okay? They did a lot in this millennium era as well. Okay? Drugs was brought out in the millennium era. Okay? Chaos was brought in this millennium era. Okay? That was all by design. By design to keep your millennium ass at a low frequency. Okay? Where you can't see what's coming. Where you can't control what's coming. You can't stop what's coming. It's a reason why. All right? Like I said, you are the soul. You are the sleeping beast. All right? A lot of things came out in the 80s era. And it wasn't for, say, just to target the parents and the communities, but it targets the millenniums. This energy is also symbolic to those Israelites, okay? And I ain't talking about them fools on the counter. I'm talking about the Israelites they talk about in the Bible. You are that force of energy, okay? the children of the light, the star seeds, however you want to put it. This is this energy. Okay? I can't find out one freaking millennium that ain't faced some shit in their life. If not the same experiences, damn near something similar. But I can't find not one, and maybe I ain't been around a lot of them, but I can't find one. Okay? And before any people get on here talking crazy, I mean, it doesn't have to be trauma in a physical matter. It can be mental. It can be spiritual, breaking you, changing and shifting your identity to the illusion. Okay? All right? You are a form of the hidden soul, the ancient energy, all right, that rises and shifts shits. Okay? Now I'm going to tell y'all something. I be seeing some little stuff on social media sometimes. Sometimes stuff can be very valid to what I see. And the ones that I have seen, you know, the ones who been connected to me for a while, y'all know we've talked about the year of 2027 coming. Okay? All right? Why do I be feeling so hidden? Because you are the light, sis. And you are around dark energy, which is these other aspects or reflections of yourself, whether it's family members, friends, society, okay? Hell, even your own mask of identity, okay? But even beyond that, you are a hidden gem, all right? You were never made to be stood in front, okay? And most people who have been in front, whether it's through popularity um or stardom, that shit doesn't last long, okay? Not for 80 or the millennium babies, okay? Like God, his jewels or his preciousness, God hides his jewels, and that is T, okay? In the Bible, the Israelites were hidden, right? The children of the sun were hidden, right? But we come out when needs be. We come out when needs be. When we need to shed some light. When we need to wake some shit up. Okay? When we need to shift the shit. Other than that, we are cool, calm, collect energy. We stay back. Okay? We are the directors to what is going to be displayed on the fucking stage. There's nothing greater than this force of energy. Okay? And that just hits on a whole nother issue. Okay? Girl, I'm telling you, she get deep. I was like, Spirit, slap me. Slap me. Because what the fuck am I here? Slap me again, Spirit. What the fuck? Now this all makes sense. How I be feeling about myself. Alright? Alright? But we bring everything to the table. And I'm not even trying to be on no egotistical shit. I'm really talking about this frequency of energy that rolls in the 80s. Okay? No, it's not your path number. It's not your life path number. It's what you rolled into. All right? You rolled into the 80s. This is a form of frequency. And this is what this frequency brings. That's the top T. All right. And not only do you bring this energy, this force to be reckoned with, you are, okay, the millennium soul of it all. All right. There's something I was about to say though, but we really can't be fucked with. Really can't. You know, you are creators, free thinkers. You are geniuses. All right. You have an open mind, open heart to everything. All right. You are the navigator. Okay. It's all in the eight. All right. It's all in the eight. I really can't remember what I was about to say just a minute ago, but this energy is definitely, well, frequency of energy. It's definitely the birth of life. All right, the birth to creation. So I keep seeing this. I keep seeing this goddamn goddess symbol in the shape of an eight, and I cannot grasp the name. I want to say something start with an M. Where's the W? I keep hearing something like Mama Walter, but I got to look at this symbol. I got to find that symbol, but because I keep seeing it, but it just confirms dealing with the ultimate creation of a creator to creation. Okay, the millenniums we put on, baby. We spin narratives. All right. We create these trends. We created everything that's spinning right now into motion. Okay. Why do you think that? No, not Medusa says. It's the I wish I would have brought my damn laptop in here. It's it's like a goddess in the shape of a eight, but they call it it's almost like oh God, I keep hearing Mama Walter, but I don't think that's what it is. But it's basically symbolic to being the creator, that energy, the creator energy. All right. Also, that Fem 9, it doesn't have anything to do with gender. All right. That's the only reason why you don't hear 9 is because the Fem 9. Okay. Because 9 actually deals with the illusion. Okay. It deals with reality. All right. And that Femi, that primordial energy. All right. That soul that glows. My bad, y'all. I just had to throw that in there. But that's that form of energy. All right. But yeah, for me to talk about these other generations, like I said, 80s, the millenniums are like no other. You are, okay? You are the soul. You are the motion. You are the flow. You are all of it. All right? All right? That is everlasting. And we keep shifting through the 80s. We keep shifting through these eights. Okay? The higher this energy form that you are right now rises, it continues to shift right back into the eight. the soul, because that's you. All right. Like I said, we bring the knowledge, we bring forth truth. All right. We bring through reconstruction. All right. We bring through change. All right. We are the healers. All right. We are the seekers, the seers. All right. All right. Most millennials see right through this shit. All right. And then you have people out here that try to medicate because they don't know what the hell they're seeing. But we see through this shit. Okay. Oh, this is what I was about to say. Why do you think when these generations are acting out now, these new generations are acting out, why do you think that it's only going back to the 80s era? Ask yourself that. Why do you think it's only going back to the 80s era? It's not going to the 70s. It's not going to the 60s. Because we know those are generational curses. All right? Those are illusionaries. All right? I'm wondering, is that how the heart generates its power, the power it uses to create reality? And that's exactly what it do, sis. It's exactly what it do. It starts with the heart. The heart generates, and then it pumps it to the mind, which just becomes your, okay, it pumps it to the mind, which is your projector, which creates your reality. So everything starts with the heart. This is why heart is symbolic to being the home. Okay? The soul exists right through the heart. Okay? Another thing that I'm seeing is when I was talking about the soul exists through the heart, because, we like when we see movies and shit and people tend to be unalived in the movie, like them little sci-fi movies, and then you see like a spirit come out of them. That's not spirit. Okay? They portray it as spirit. Okay? Okay, spirit is correcting me. That is spirit for those who are not in the 80s. Okay? It's the breath. Okay? But when it comes to the millenniums, that be our soul. All right? That be the soul. Okay? So when they say like everybody doesn't have a spirit, you are the force of breath. You are the force of spirit. So you don't operate on that level. All right? Okay? You are the one hidden inside. So you are the soul. All right? When they trying to keep energy down, they trying to keep this form of energy down. They trying to keep that 8 down. They trying to control that frequency, because that's what populates our reality. All right? And they use that through the generator of our hearts, which is the soul. Okay? And when you see these, fuck the spirit and the soul aspect. When you see these happenings in movies, right? When that spirit is coming up out of the body, right? It's coming from the chest area, which is also symbolic to what it exists within. Okay? All right? But yeah, it generates everything in our existence, sis. Okay, sis. Yeah, hit me up. Don't forget. Don't forget. Put your foot on my neck about these bookings, this booking, so we can get squared away. I got a couple more other people who want to join. But understand who you are, what you are as a millennial, and the influence that you have on society or this experience. Okay? It has always been you. It has always been that frequency. Okay? So if you was born in this 80s era, you will be able to relate to everything that we dialogued into this video. Okay? Alright. But I'm going to definitely get out of here. I got some other things that I got to work on to bring y'all to. But dive deeper into yourself, millenniums. Alright? You are the archetype. You are the archetype. You are the prototype. You are the blueprint. You are the creator. Alright? You are the power that generates it all. Okay? And on that note, I will be back and reconnect with y'all. I'll probably come back over here because they be tripping on Facebook. They be really fucking with my videos over there. Like, they really be messing with my lives over there. I don't understand. But they really do be messing with my lives over there. And I still got to drop a video over here because I did do a breakdown of, what was that movie? The Disclosure Day. So I do have to upload it over here for y'all that haven't seen it. But yeah, they be doing the most over there. So I'm gonna have to start coming back over here too. I was trying to dibble dabble from back and forth, but they playing with me over there. So I will be back as soon as I can, y'all. But as always, love, peace, and oneness. And remember, millennials. Remember, okay? You are the millennium soul of life. Everything comes through you. Everything comes out of you. All right? And on a note, I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.